Ever feel like you're drowning in reports and data? Not sure where to even start? Today, we're diving into something that might just become your secret weapon, especially if you're leading a company and trying to hit some really ambitious goals. Google's Notebook LM.
Yeah, it's more than just a tool, though, isn't it? It's like having a secret weapon, a strategic partner by your side, helping you make sense of all that information and actually use it to move your business forward.
All right, you've definitely got my attention, but for anyone who's hearing about this for the first time, let's break it down. What exactly is Notebook LM? How's it different from, say, just a really good note-taking app?
It's easy to think it's just a fancy note-taking tool, but it's the LM part of Notebook LM that's the game changer. LM stands for language model, and it's driven by some seriously impressive AI.
AI is everywhere these days. What makes the AI behind Notebook LM so special?
The cool thing about Notebook LM is that it doesn't just store information, it actually understands it. You can throw a market analysis at it, a financial report, even a transcript from your last board meeting. And Notebook LM doesn't just store it, it digs in, analyzes it, picks out the key themes, and even connects the dots between different pieces of information.
So it's not just organization, it's actually making sense of all that data.
Exactly. And that's where it gets really powerful for, say, a CEO. Imagine being able to ask Notebook LM, what are the biggest risks my company is facing right now? And it pulls from all those reports and gives you a clear, concise answer, highlighting the biggest threats and opportunities.
It's like having an entire team of analysts working around the clock, but it's all powered by AI.
Right. And it's not just about spotting risks. You can use Notebook LM to uncover emerging trends, figure out what your competitors are up to, and even come up with new solutions to tough business challenges.
This is already blowing my mind. And our sources are packed with examples of Notebook LM in action across all kinds of industries. Let's jump into some of those real-world examples, starting with something I know you're passionate about, the automotive industry.
The auto industry is a perfect example of how Notebook LM can be a game changer. Think about all the customer feedback that's generated when a company is testing a new electric vehicle.
Yeah, there's a ton of data generated during product testing, especially in the auto industry.
And Notebook LM can analyze all of that. We're talking survey responses, online discussions, social media posts. It can find patterns and insights that even the best human analysts might miss.
So instead of just getting a general feel for how customers feel, they're uncovering really specific, actionable insights, things that could make or break a new product.
Exactly. For example, Notebook LM might discover that a bunch of people are complaining about the placement of a button on the car's dashboard. Might seem small, but if it's annoying, a lot of potential customers.
Could be a big deal.
Exactly. And if you can spot these things early in the design process, you can make adjustments, improve the user experience, keep your customers happy, and ultimately make more money.
It makes you think about other industries where getting things right the first time is essential, like mechanical engineering.
Absolutely. Mechanical engineering is all about precision, safety, and often really tight deadlines. Imagine you're designing something complex, like a wind turbine.
Lots of moving parts, in every sense of the word.
Exactly. Now you can use Notebook LM to analyze past performance data from similar projects, spot potential design flaws before they become major problems. It can even suggest different materials or manufacturing techniques that might be better.
It's like having a virtual consultant there to guide you through the entire design process.
Exactly. And that same idea applies to so many other fields too, like developing new medications or designing more efficient power grids.
Speaking of life-saving medications, let's shift gears to the pharmaceutical industry. Developing new drugs is so complex and time-consuming, and the stakes are so high.
For sure, bringing a new drug to market can take years, even decades, and cost billions of dollars. But Notebook LM could really shake things up here. Imagine taking all the data from a clinical trial, patient records, lab results, everything, and having Notebook LM analyze it for patterns.
So it's not just speeding things up, it's potentially uncovering new ways to treat diseases or identifying potential side effects earlier.
Exactly. It could be huge for discovering new drugs faster, making those trials more efficient, and getting life-saving treatments to patients quicker and more affordably.
Amazing to think about the possibilities, especially with the challenge we're facing today, like an aging population and antibiotic resistance.
It's about working smarter, not harder, using AI to tackle those big problems.
We've only just begun to scratch the surface of what Notebook LM can do. We'll be right back after a quick break to dive even deeper into this game-changing tool. Stay with us. We're back and ready to dive deeper into the world of Notebook LM. Before the break, we were exploring how it's changing the game for industries like pharmaceuticals. But let's switch gears to another field that's seeing a ton of innovation: electrical engineering.
Absolutely. With renewable energy, smart grids, the Internet of Things, electrical engineering is definitely on the cutting edge. It's an exciting time to be in the field, but also incredibly complex.
And that's where a tool like Notebook LM can really help,
Right.
right? To make sense of all that complexity and keep engineers one step ahead.
Exactly. Imagine you're an electrical engineer working on integrating solar power into the grid. You've got technical specs, regulations, performance data from different companies. It's a lot to juggle.
Like trying to put together a puzzle, but the pieces are constantly changing.
Perfect analogy. And Notebook LM can be that missing piece that pulls everything together. It can analyze all that documentation, point out any compatibility issues, even suggest ways to boost efficiency and lower costs.
So instead of spending weeks or months buried in documents and simulations, an engineer could get those insights much faster, with more confidence.
Exactly. It frees them up to focus on the creative problem solving, the innovation that will really push the industry forward.
It's amazing how one tool can be used in so many different ways. Now let's talk about an industry I know is close to a lot of our listeners' hearts: the food industry. With trends like plant-based diets, personalized nutrition, sustainable agriculture, it feels like the food industry is ripe for disruption.
No doubt about it. Consumers are more informed and demanding than ever, looking for healthier, more sustainable, ethically sourced food. Notebook LM can play a big role in helping food companies meet those demands.
Okay, I'm really intrigued. Give me an example.
Let's say a company wants to create a new line of gluten-free snacks that are both delicious and nutritious. They could use Notebook LM to look at consumer data, nutritional guidelines, ingredient options, even new food processing technologies.
So it's not just trial and error in the kitchen anymore. It's about using data to make smart decisions every step of the way, from flavors to sourcing.
Exactly. Notebook LM can find that sweet spot where consumer demand, nutrition, and sustainability all come together, giving companies a real advantage in a competitive market.
I like that, a tasty example. It speaks to this bigger trend of data-driven decision-making that we're seeing everywhere. Now, we've talked about a lot of high-tech industries, but what about sectors that are traditionally less tech-focused, like metal production?
Even in industries like that, where they might not be on the bleeding edge of technology, Notebook LM can make a real difference. Let's take a company that produces aluminum alloys for airplanes, for instance. They need to maintain incredibly high standards while managing costs and reducing waste.
A delicate balance, especially in a global market where prices are always fluctuating.
Absolutely. And here's where Notebook LM can be a game changer. It can analyze data from the production process, furnace temperatures, alloy compositions, cooling rates, and spot tiny variations that could impact the final product.
So it's not just about catching defects, it's about preventing them in the first place.
Exactly. Notebook LM can help optimize those processes, reduce waste, and improve the overall quality and consistency of the metal, giving them a competitive edge in a demanding market.
Like a perfect example of how data analytics can improve efficiency and quality, even in more traditional industries. And speaking of industries that are essential to our infrastructure, let's talk about construction. With all the complexity and regulations, I can see Notebook LM having a major impact.
Absolutely. The construction industry is ready for this kind of technology. Think about all the information involved in a big construction project: blueprints, building codes, material specs, safety regulations, not to mention all the communication between everyone involved.
It's a lot to keep track of.
It can be overwhelming. But with Notebook LM, a project manager could simply ask, what are the latest fire safety rules for hospitals in this state? Or which energy-efficient windows fit our budget? Yeah. And get immediate, accurate answers.
Like having a team of experts on call 24/7.
Exactly. And it's not just about finding information quickly. Notebook LM can also analyze project data in real time, spotting potential delays, budget issues, or safety risks before they turn into big problems.
It sounds like a game changer for an industry that's often associated with delays and cost overruns. We've covered so much ground here today, looking at how Notebook LM can be used in everything from high-tech manufacturing to construction. When we come back for the final part of this deep dive, we're going to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. What does the rise of tools like Notebook LM mean for the future of work, leadership, and innovation? Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everyone. We've been on quite a journey exploring how Google's Notebook LM is transforming industries, from automotive to construction. Now let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture here. What does the rise of tools like Notebook LM mean for the future of work, leadership, and even innovation itself?
It really feels like a fundamental shift, doesn't it? We've been living in an information age where just having access to data was everything, but now we're moving into a knowledge age where it's all about what you can do with that data, how you synthesize it, analyze it, pull out those golden insights.
And Notebook LM is like the ultimate tool for that, isn't it? A high-powered engine for turning data into knowledge. Absolutely. But it's not about replacing human intelligence, it's about amplifying it. Imagine a CEO, right, walking into a board meeting, but they're not just armed with a stack of reports. They've got Notebook LM to break it all down, highlight the key takeaways, point out any blind spots, maybe even suggest strategic options based on the data.
That's not just a CEO, that's a CEO with superpowers.
Right.
But seriously, it speaks to this idea of data-driven decision-making becoming the norm everywhere, not just at the top.
For sure. Imagine every team, from marketing to product development, having access to this kind of AI-powered analysis. They could test their ideas against real-time data, spot opportunities for improvement, make changes quickly and confidently.
Giving everyone in the organization the power to make smarter, faster decisions.
Exactly. And it's not just about speed and efficiency. It's also about unlocking creativity and innovation, freeing people from those tedious data tasks so they can focus on the big picture, come up with out-of-the-box ideas, really push the boundaries.
It's like Notebook LM acts as a springboard for human ingenuity, helping us to think bigger and bolder.
Exactly. Using the power of AI to boost our own abilities, explore new possibilities. Pretty exciting time to be alive, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. But like with any powerful tool, there's a responsibility that comes with it. What are some key things that leaders need to keep in mind as they embrace these AI tools like Notebook LM?
First things first, never forget. AI is a tool, not a magic solution. It's only as good as the information it's given and the humans who are using it.
So critical thinking is more important than ever.
100%. You can't just blindly trust what any AI spits out, no matter how fancy it seems. Question everything, validate, consider different angles.
It's about humans and AI working together, not AI taking over.
Exactly. Second, you need to create a data-driven culture in your organization. Don't just bring in the tools, empower your people to actually understand and use the data. Training, collaboration between tech and non-tech teams, making data everyone's responsibility.
It's not just about having the tools, it's about having the mindset and the skills.
Exactly. And last but not least, never lose sight of the human element. As AI takes over those routine jobs, we need to double down on the things that make us human: creativity, empathy, making ethical decisions. Those are the things that will set great leaders and organizations apart in this age of AI.
It's a good reminder that even in a world that's becoming more and more technology-driven, it's our human qualities that will determine our success.
Couldn't agree more. We're at this incredible turning point. We have the tools, the possibilities seem endless. The big question is, how will you use them to shape the future?
What a powerful question to ponder. And that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into the world of Google's Notebook LM. We hope this episode has sparked your curiosity and given you a glimpse into the transformative power of this incredible tool. Until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep leading with vision and purpose.